Hey, what's up, guys? This is your girl Ashley J coming to you again for another episode of According to Ashley. Tonight, I really just wanted to talk about something that was just very inspiring to me, and I think that it is something that should be discussed amongst our young African American women, especially. I don't know how many of you girls or men out there, for that matter, subscribe to Essence magazine, but this was an article that I read. And I thought that it was just absolutely astounding. It was very, very beautiful. This month issue where I found the article, this is the May 2014 issue. It actually has three covers. I have the one with the recording artist Legacy on the front, but there's also two other issues. I believe it has Erykah Badu on the cover of one, and then also Solange Knowles on the other cover. But anyway, I wanted to definitely talk about this article. For those of you that have not seen the movie 12 Years a Slave, it was an Oscar-winning movie. There was an actress in there by the name of Lupita, who is an award-winning actress. She is absolutely beautiful, and just her spirit and everything about her just brings success, and just a beautiful woman altogether. Here's a picture of her actually in the issue. I love her makeup, first of all, so I think that she just looks absolutely beautiful. She's an African native, and it's just really inspiring. Her story itself is inspiring. But what I want to talk about is the speech that she had given, and this was before she won the Oscar award. And what they did for this issue of the magazine was reprint her entire speech that she did. And the reason that they did this is because her speech touched everyone that heard it. And it was the speech that, as the title says, has everyone talking. So I was really curious as to what it was about. And when I read it, I literally had tears brought to my eyes. The essence of the speech talks about how this beautiful actress started out not seeing herself as beautiful because of her very dark complexion. And that made me want to read more, because growing up in an urban community, it has definitely been not an obstacle, but a huge discussion about the whole light-skinned girl or man versus the dark-skinned girl or man. And it's an African-American struggle that it isn't new. By any means, it isn't new. If you go back further back into our history, you will see that there was a speech that was given. If you look at my MLK video that I did back in January, there's a video in there that talks about the Willie Lynch letter. One of the things that Willie Lynch talked about was how you can pin African Americans against each other by finding out their differences. One of the main differences was light versus dark. Light-skinned women and men versus dark-skinned women and men has been a discussion that has gone on for years, even since that time back in the 1800s during that Willie Lynch letter. And it's still present today during our generation. If you look at movies, if you look in magazines, if you look in makeup lines, if you look in fashion shows, you don't see a huge amount of dark-skinned models or dark-skinned actresses. And even in the non-celebrity world, there will be comments that are made, and I have actually heard these comments too, where a woman or a man says, so-and-so looks good or is sexy or is very good looking for a dark-skinned person. It's kind of a backhanded compliment to just hear that, because it's like, okay, you're saying that they would be better looking if they were light-skinned? That's a whole nother discussion for another day. But what I wanted to talk about was just the beauty of this woman's speech. She talked about how she struggled to love her skin. She even went as far as to talk about how as a child she would pray to God and bargain with God, so to speak, and pray that she will wake up the next day and be a lighter skinned woman. In her world, being lighter and fairer skinned was an essence of being beautiful. So she talks about that. And she talks about how her mother had to explain to her, and the quote is here. It says, "My mother again would say to me, 'You can't eat beauty. It doesn't feed you.'" That to me touched me as well, because a lot of times growing up as a woman, especially a black woman, we are already told that we're inferior. So beauty is something that seems to be only attainable for the fairer skinned people. And so growing up as an African American woman, it was a struggle to find out what was really beautiful. But what I like about her speech is that she took that quote that her mom gave her and found a way to flip it and make it work for her. What she felt that her mother was saying is that it isn't just physical beauty that you can live off of. And that is very, very true. Looks are only going to get you so far, because looks are definitely going to fade. But I did like how she just really poured her heart into that speech. And it, like I said, it really touched me, because I remember a time when I think it was the Tyra Banks show I was watching, and they had children on there. The whole hair thing, that was something that was the topic, I believe. And of course, the lighter skinned little girls had the longer hair, had good hair, so to speak. That is something that it also touched my heart, because it really is just like a mind opener, basically, or an eye opener, that says, you know, there are little girls out here who are struggling to see themselves as beautiful. And it is a struggle that is going on among our more darker skinned children. And I just felt that that is something that is going to be a constant struggle. That's going to be something that's going to be a topic of discussion. And I do feel that for the women out there that have darker skinned sisters, darker skinned mothers, darker skinned grandmothers, darker skinned children, if you yourself are dark skinned, I feel that this speech she was giving to the people is basically saying, your beauty is more than skin deep. Your beauty is not determined just by the length of your hair, the texture of your hair, the color of your skin. Beauty itself is so much bigger. It is a big, huge, broad spectrum of things. It really is true when they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I feel that for those women that are out there struggling with your skin complexion, look past that. Understand that you are beautiful regardless of your shade. Whether you are the fairest of the fair or the darkest of the dark, you are still very beautiful. And I think that is the message that she was trying to send out in this article. If you all get a chance, please read this article. It is absolutely, positively eye-opening and very inspiring. And I think that she is definitely going to be an icon that speaks out to young African American women, to let them know that regardless of the color of your skin, regardless of where you came from, regardless of the society that you grew up in, you can be a success and you can be beautiful. So my personal message to all the women out there, and even the men, you know, for those that feel that their complexion might be hindering them, so to speak, from being, you know, considered beautiful or handsome, just know that you are beautiful. Just know that beauty is literally only skin deep. And there are so many other things that exuberate and scream beautiful that go beyond just the color of your skin, that go beyond your body, that go beyond your hair. A beautiful mind, even. You can have a beautiful level of intelligence, an intellect that is very beautiful, a creativity that is beautiful, a style that is beautiful, a walk that is beautiful. You have to find what about you is beautiful. And it starts within, looking within yourself. Don't let society's standards determine your level of beautification and how you view yourself as beautiful. Beauty is something that is within. It's not something you can eat. It's not something that you can consume. It's not something that is just something you can buy. At the end of the day, beauty comes with whatever you are. Like for me personally, I remember when it was a struggle for me to just go without makeup at times. And here I am now, no makeup, no lashes, absolutely nothing on my face right now. And I do think that a lot has to do with the women such as Lupita. The more women that are coming forward and sharing their story about their struggle and triumph that has to do with their skin complexion, the better it becomes, not only for them, but I think that makes them the trailblazers for our younger African American women that are growing up and those to come. So again, it just really touched me, and I had to speak out on it. I thought that it was a very beautiful speech that she gave, and the transcript, like I said, is here. It's a beautiful speech, and I think that that is definitely something that will be going on for a long time. That's a speech that will reign for quite some time, and I'm sure she won't be the last. So yeah, just wanted to come forward and talk about that and everything and how much it inspired me. So for all of you beautiful people out there, I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.